Okay, so starting the recording. That way anybody that's missing can see the recording and they can see that topics have been assigned. And the topics are due April 27th, which is next Tuesday for the presentation. Okay, let's look at what we left off with on Thursday. We had issues accessing the administrative appliance page at the colon 5480 site. I believe some of us got to the login, but we weren't able to log in. We should now be able to log in to the system. The issue that I had with this system was the service wasn't started. And guess what? This is the page where you can go and start and stop services, but the service for this page wasn't running, so I couldn't start and stop it from here. What I ended up having to do is access the console of the vCenter servers directly. I had to know my Linux commands and the ability to use like Control-Alt F1 to switch terminal screens so that I could log in directly. Uh-oh. Will that work? I just kept it the same password. Nope, it's not going to take that. Well, alrighty then, that worked on the other day. I don't want to change my password. So here's something if y'all have somebody log into the vCenter server directly. I'm going to do it for 1, but 3, 5, and 7. If you log into the vCenter server and go to administration, we can modify the password expiration. With 6, the password expiration was in the management section. So a 6.0, our goal was to come into here and click on administration in here and change the 90-day password change requirement. However, with 7.0, they've moved it out of here. That's why we couldn't find it at the beginning of the semester. They moved it into the vCenter server side under administration. And it's found under single sign-on users and groups. So we have the root account right here. But apparently I can't edit. Local accounts must change password every 0 days. So I've clicked on configuration. Check your configuration in local account settings. Is it set to Is it set to 0? So I thought that nullified it. I'm going to change it to amount may be too small, whatever. So I'm going to change it to 5 nines.
Oh, you wouldn't have had to change it since 1747.
I guess I need to change it to 1. But now,
Have a look at how long ago that was.
so I'm going to go ahead and resave this. I'm changing the maximum lifetime to 5 nines and the restrict use to 1. It looks like that's for vSphere.local and not the actual local account. I'm going to check one other login issue. The password expiring has been an issue for quite some time. So it's not going to let me change the root password. So I didn't have this trouble last week. So what?
I got it.
You're able to log in
Yeah.
with root?
I was there with the IMAN for me. And then she was having to report.
Let me try. Oh, you meant just logging into? Yep. Yeah, we can get in. It's just, I was going to show you what, was everybody else able to get in? What? Is he the Aaron, are you the same? Same one. Make sure you put HTTPS in front of it. You may not have the updated version of Chrome that auto puts HTTPS in front of everything. Chrome just recently made HTTPS the default. So if Chrome isn't updated, you won't load the page without manually putting HTTPS in front. Oh, what? Well, that's ridiculous. I'm really annoyed now.
You could go kick the system that's running.
What?
You could go kick the physical machine.
It's a virtual machine.
Physical hardware that's running.
I don't want to do that. Yeah. How is that too simple? Because it's got to have an uppercase. Good Lord. Oh, man. Okay, well, I've got in, but Linux is really not wanting me to use. Well, that's not working. So what I had to do is service control. That's list all the services. That's not what I did. I did service control dash status on the system when I got in. And I found that the very first one up at the top right under running, the app LMGMT, that service was down in the stopped area. And that's the appliance management service. So that's why we were not able to log in. For some reason, that one was stopped. So I started it. And now I've got this nasty password. So maybe we won't need the root password because I'm not giving that password out. That's a little bit easier for me to remember. So that's what I had to do to break into the system. And I just did a service control start, that app LMG management thing. And then the web page started working. We could log in. So if anybody's not working, that's what that I had to do. And I believe that that service stopped probably because the root account password expired. So that's very, very annoying. So the root account by default is still set to 90 days. I'm going to look into here. This is definitely a problem you might run into. Why is that so slow? Okay, so no, they made it nice and cumbersome. So something you might want to do, since the local password over under administration page that we had, that it's already logged me out of. This here is apparently just for the vSphere.local, meaning the administrator at vSphere.local, but the actual local administrator accounts here, you can't change those and they're still locked in. And if the root password expired, a reboot of the system will likely cause most of the services not to start because it would require root account to work. How would you fix that? You would Google how to change the aging information. So the chage command will do that. There's a maximum number of days. I have to do -1. Then it will never check for the age of the password. So that might be something you want to do. VMware always has some problems with the root account. So what company do you go work for? What's their policies? But this can definitely be an issue if you don't have a policy set to come and change the root password every 90 days. And as you see, it caused our problem. I'm pretty sure that was our problem with the web interface not starting. So there's an FYI. It'll be on a YouTube link video for you to watch. I'm going to go ahead and exit out. So every new version that they come out, you'll have to figure out password expiration issues. Okay, so if everybody's able to log into their vCenter summary page, we do have some updates for the system. If you click on update, that's weird. And you check your updates from CD and URL. You should get a listing of patches that are available. Some of you will have a long list. Some of you will just have a couple. So now we need to have somebody update the system. So for VC1, this will pick on Bethany here. So you've got the thing checked. Go ahead and click on your stage and install. Yep, it says stage. That copies the patch to the system, so that's on the local drive, and then the installation. So every patch that VMware does is a stage and install. So we have Bethany doing it. Why don't we have Aaron Manick do it for what group are you, 3? And then 5, 5, James Heifel, are you there? Or Andrew? Andrew's not logged in. Brian, you're on 7, right? Who else is on 7? So I think you're the only one in your group. So you're going to have to go to your vC7 csnt.edu/5480 website to, not the ESX, the vC7 with the :5480 at the end. So you're accepting the license agreement after you thoroughly read it. Bethany's a fast reader. Just making sure she's not selling Sean's soul to the devil. Oh, there it is. Sean's soul is being sold to the devil. Okay, so Brian, yeah, it's vC7. vC7.csnt.edu:5480. $5480, and that's your ESX host. You got to change it to vC7. And then put your 5480 at the end. And then you can log in, yeah. Cool, now you got your update. And then there should be a little drop down to check and check from CD and URL on the right side. All right, but then yeah, just go next. And we don't want to join the customer experience improvement program. Cool. Okay, so Brian, you probably have to click on one and then click on the other, and I'm not sure why it doesn't say stage and install. Why does yours not have stage and install? You have it highlighted. Click on settings. Yeah, it looks okay. And click save. Cancel. Click on maybe syslog. Click like over on the left side. Like click off of that something else, then go back to it. So you're on 5, you're colon 5480. Yeah, and you can log in as your admin account. So Brian, why don't we log out of the administrator? So up there, top right, under this is the drop down administrator at vSphere. Go and log out. And log in as your admin 7A. Yeah, log in as that. Pass 1, 2, 3, 4. And see if we get something different. Unable to authenticate. Why can we not authenticate? Okay. So we're watching Bethany's single sign-on administrator password. Yeah, that's the pass 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation point. You want to uncheck the customer. And we've not done it, but go ahead and check. Yeah, sure, I've backed it up. We're safe. If it explodes at this point in the semester, we're all good. We're gonna hope it doesn't explode. So go and finish. If you break it, everybody can blame Bethany. She's the one that actually did it. So why? What is going on? Yeah, start clicking on older ones and see if any of them allow you to stage and install. That's pretty odd. And that's weird. Just click close on that, James. Let me try out, figure out what's going on with 7. Local accounts, password over 0 days. -1. Nope, can't do that. Do 0. It's joined in. Groups. Trading assets admins. Okay, I'm gonna run it here, see what's going on maybe. So I'm just trying a different browser on a different machine. I don't know why your stage and installs blanked out. The root password's expired, so that's what's breaking it. Okay. So I guess that's on everybody's. The root password expired. Okay, but group three, y'all are installing just fine because I went in and changed your password and did dash -m -1 root. Had the password never expired. Okay, Brian, you should be able to click off and click back on or tell to recheck. And it should give you the ability to stage. Then number 5, I do the same thing for it. That's what's breaking it. Yeah, I'm changing your password. Okay, your password's changed, James. So now you probably be able to recheck for updates and maybe try to reinstall. So, and I'm also gonna, so this is VC7, change the configuration so the vSphere administrator password doesn't expire. Hope that worked. So yours is going again. If it fails,
So there's a pre-check exception.
okay, so your pre-check passed. So Brian, probably what you need to try to do is log out and log back in again. And hold on, who's got the error code? Okay, yeah, rerun the check one more time. So still not coming up with staging. So it passes. This is the same. Same thing. I'm going to reboot 7. Huh? Because it keeps not bringing up staging. So that'll take a while for it to reboot and come up.
Management again.
But yours run the patch, right?
Yeah, I think it finished now.
Yeah, it'll take a while. For that to come back up. So that was on 1. Did change the root password on 1? Don't remember if I did that for one. Okay, so you're still set to pass 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's good. So the service control status, we'll check it out. So that's kind of interesting that all of those are stopped.
One that says vc1.csnt.edu refused to connect, and the management says exception and invoking authentication handler unidentifiable C++ exception. I'm gonna try to log in.
Well, the CPU is chunking along, so it's doing stuff in the background. Looks like it's running Python scripts. Maybe it's still patching the system. So I think that's what it's doing. Aaron, did yours finally install? Okay. So we got number 1 finished installing, number 2 finished installing.
I know it got to 80%, but I guess it didn't.
So this one has failed, number 5. So I'm going to go ahead and reboot number 5. 7 and 5 are rebooting.
Login screen should not be back yet, correct?
No. So probably a good time to take a break while the systems are rebooting. We're waiting for some to come back up and others to finish rebooting. So 2 have patched and 2 are in the middle of a restart to try to see if we can get them patched. I'm running service control status on the systems that are restarting, just to see the process of where they're at. Yeah, yours is still patching. Seven is booting, but the application management service is available. I don't know if I should recorded all of that. But anyway, we've had some fun issues. Updates are always fun. Wait, what? Okay. Okay, so everybody is now in the process of upgrading. Some of it took some extra work to do. So as an FYI, with this here, I did see the IT was doing some type of updates on VMware. So I sent them a message, showed them about the problem with the root account expiring with the change of 7.0 and the different CHH commands to look and fix the problem if they upgrade to 7.0. Which I think they are. They're probably upgrading to the latest. And this is one of the reasons why you might have a research. Always want to have a research development lab at a corporate company. And always have it upgraded first. So upgrading to 7.0 upgrade to 7.0 and wait a couple of months, test it out in your test lab and look at all the quirks and run a patch on it. And then when you upgrade it in your main environment, you're still keeping your test lab upgraded. And hopefully if you've had it a couple months and you're upgrading it every month or so in your test lab, you spot the password issue, you can look at your production. What?
Right.
Yeah, it's break time. Sort field X. X. Yeah. Sort of our process. Should just do there we go, Shift P, figured it out. It sure is taking a while. 1.7. Ah, but still filling issues. Maybe it'll go this time. Yeah, stay off the update page because I'm doing updates on it. Pairing system for update. Same thing on yours, Brian. Go ahead and cancel out of that screen and go and click off of updates. Okay, it logged you out. That's probably good. Yeah, stay, well. So that's there. It shows you're running the latest version. And no more updates are applicable. So yeah, you can go and log out now of that system. So your system's patched. Like I said, it's still doing some transactions in this background. I don't know what all it's doing. Things like this is why that you back up before you do an update, because they can get corrupted. So Brian, yours is still running pretty high. I'm gonna run a reboot. On VC7. Because I don't think it ever rebooted after the patch. Cloud is still patching.
Have you finished putting all the configurations on your router and switch?
I have not done that yet. I'm gonna start probably tonight or tomorrow. doing that.
I was having some trouble with it. I had to change one of my routers to a firewall because it was just acting up. It wouldn't let me do anything. I couldn't figure out how to fix it, so I switched to a firewall router. I figure I'll probably have to put PAT on the switches so that it can communicate to the internet.
Yeah, well, I'll probably have McGuire help me reassemble the whole physical topology from the start. We'll use the small ones that we put together for the first presentation. And then we'll expand those. We gotta have the correct number of switches. We're not putting the correct number of PCs. That would be ridiculous.
I just put like 10 PCs per room, or for room 101, 102, 103. I just put that just so as a physical topology.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, what we gotta do is count up the number of switches necessary to host that number of computers, which could be.
Well, for 90, if you have up to 24 ports,
Well,
that'd be 48.
I think we've got MLS's listed, which store up at 48.
So 48 and 48 would be over 90. So 2 switches would work for my customer service. So I could add another switch.
Calculate the number of systems you have in each of your VLANs. And then however many switches.
I only did 25 computers for management, so 1 switch would work for that, and I could just add another switch and have 2 switches for customer service, and that should be okay.
What we'll do is we'll configure the number of switches that would be actually required, but forget the PCs.
Yeah.
Except for what you want to. So it's just too many.
I had a small enough number, I could just do like, 1 PC for 10 computers, or 1 laptop for 5 laptops.
Something like that. That'll work.
The IP addresses I was going to use as the public addresses to be translated in PAT is the range that Miami uses. So it's kind of like the real world situation. It was like a 64
Yeah,
dot something like that.
yeah, that works.
But my dad said that was what they, he looked it up and he said that's what they use in Miami when they assign IP addresses. So
Yeah,
I was
we'll do
gonna,
that. We'll look
use
up the
those.
real world IPs and look at its locations.
I can send you the address range that we use for Miami. That way you just have an idea if you want to put it into anything.
I think McGuire and I will probably work on putting everything else together probably tomorrow afternoon.
I did put trunking on the switches so that the 2 VLANs can
Yeah,
communicate.
I think we're gonna,
You didn't say about anything about trunking, so. But I figured they
Yeah.
would need it to communicate because management requires to communicate with customer service, so.
I haven't hit the configurations yet, so that's what we're gonna be working on over the.
Do you know where you want me to put?
Anybody else in Hartley's group?
McGuire's already put his topology, or not his topology, his WAN technology you have to cover in the presentation. So we'll just put it in like alphabetical order, so. I think he had like.
You like reading?
Whatever he had, figure out what the alphabetical order would be, so do virtualization, so that they mirror the back. I don't know.
Saw the slides for just how it would plug to go. And I saw the VLAN thing at the bottom. So somewhere in between there.
Put it on there just for now,
Okay.
and then we'll reorganize the
Reorganize it
presentation in
later.
correct order.
That would probably look better at
Yeah.
least. At least we know what we have.
Yeah.
And then we can start rearranging it once we have everything.
Yeah.
And also, I was going to try and put everything into the report last night, but I had headaches, so I didn't do it. But I do have your resume, McGuire's resume, and then I saw the help desk thing
Yeah.
that you
We got the
mentioned
help desk part in.
in the presentation, so I'll try and get that in the report soon.
Yeah.
Along with my virtualization and the other stuff. And then
As long as it's in there before next Thursday, we're good. So, well, next Thursday is April the 27th, which is the day that we're presenting. Is it Tuesday?
she has it on Tuesday,
Yeah,
the
it's Tuesday.
Tuesday the 27th.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
So 1 week. It's due in a week, so I'll try and get some of that stuff on there today if I can. If not, I'll try and get it done before Thursday.
Yeah.
This might be helpful, certification.
Don't we have a module quiz to go over on Thursday?
We're not that far. This took too long.
Hmm.
We're gonna move it to next week.
Also, isn't it supposed to be 10 and 11?
There's only 10.
Only 10.
Okay, you don't have an updated Facebook apparently. Okay, interesting. think I'm just not patient enough. Some of these systems here. No. I think 7's about out of the woods. Yep, 7 looks good. Cool. So y'all are updated for it. Now it's just waiting on 5 to finish up. And I think 5 just needed some extra time to finish patching itself. It was slower than the rest. So that was interesting updates. I had to read some knowledge base, drop the command line and fix a couple of them. 2 of them worked the way they should have, staged and updated.